Hi everybody, welcome to the Basic Stitch Knitting Podcast. This is episode 16. I am your host. My name is Celine and I come to you from Hong Kong. This is 19th of November 2017. It's a Sunday, a very, very beautiful Sunday. The weather is finally cooling down. I am wearing my mid-sleeve t-shirt. I actually am looking at a sweater in front of me that I have been wearing when I go out at night, like go out as if not going to club. You see what I mean? I don't do that. I don't do those things anymore. I mean, literally just go out of my home at night when the weather is a little bit chilly. I do wear it, and I wear it a lot at work because in my office it's always cold. But I finally feel like it's a proper time to wear it without having people side-eyeing me. And I'm going to show you. I would love to wear it, but it's not very cool today and I feel a little bit warm in this, although I said it's cooling down. So this is it. This is the sweater I've been wearing. Do you remember it? I am not sure if I have properly blocked it out because I remember I blocked like the front part when I was trying to, and a little bit of the back part. I still blocked it because I wanted to make sure it's long enough. I want to understand how it looks after blocking when I was knitting it, because I was thinking maybe it was a little bit too tight, and if that's the case I might need to frock it. But it turns out really well. Like it's form-fitting but not super tight, and it looks good on me, I think. Especially when I'm wearing a dress, like a skirt, a dress that is flary, the kind of circle skirt, but not exactly full circle skirt, if you see what I mean. This pattern is called Cozy Saturday, and it's by Elena Nodel. Can you see how beautiful and gorgeous it is? And this is knit in the Fibre Co Cumbria, and the colorway is Buttermere, I believe. Yeah. So first off, I'd like to say the format of this episode is again going to be. First off, I'd like to say the format for this episode is again going to be slightly different or slightly weird, but more similar to last episode, which is like vlog plus podcast type of episode. And that's because I'm not sure if I have updated you guys in the last episode, but my boyfriend Joe and I have been in long distance relationship for I don't know how long, and recently he, after pastoring his office, both Manchester office and Hong Kong office, long enough, he's now finally in Hong Kong, but not forever. Like he is seconded to Hong Kong, and he'll probably stay here until December this year. So in order to spend more time with him, I do stay at his place quite frequently, and it makes knitting, you know, like this change of schedule as well, it just makes knitting more difficult. I don't really have a lot of time to knit, and also I don't know, I just feel like I don't have enough material for a new episode, and I only have like bits of, you know, footage and vlog-ish video. So, okay. So I've been staying over his place quite frequently, and I move back and forth from my place to his place, and it just makes my mind quite disorganized, and it actually prompts me to start my journal, a bullet journaling not like I'm doing a lot of it. I wanted to do bullet journaling, but so far what I'm doing is just scheduling, like day to day, week to week. Not really like artsy or whatever. I don't think I'll ever be like one of those people who do beautiful bullet journaling with like washi tape and stickers and whatever. I mean, I do have washi tapes and I do want to put more effort in looking fancy, but at the end of the day, I'm just a lazy girl. I use blue and black pen for everything and red sometimes. Like that kind of non-fancy girl. Look at the fancy light though. I have been really loving the look of having this type of light in a lot of videos that I've seen. And then it's almost Christmas, so I was like, I really want to look for these. And these are those things where when you don't need them, you feel like you see them everywhere. But once you feel like I want it, you just don't see them. You just can't find them. And I tried IKEA, which is like more, simple way to look for things. Those are just, I don't know, too big or too long, I don't remember. So I told my neighbor and she was like, oh, because I went to her place, and then in her children's room there are just a lot of fairy lights. It's so beautiful. Not only the basic ones, but only those with like, a star with, I don't know, like dropping star, you see what I mean? Like a lot of different lights coming down. So beautiful. I want to grow up in that kind of room. So she said, well, I have extra one, and this is the extra one, and she gave it to me, and I basically just switched it on like 5 minutes before this podcast. I basically just put in the battery, and I feel so happy. I mean, in the viewfinder here, it's like a blurred out color, but here, it's not. It's just, oh yeah, this is more like what I'm seeing, and it's like some warm tone. I just feel really giddy when I switched it off. I mean on, because there's a reason why it's called fairy light, right? It's just so magical. Something magical about these type of things. I am so grateful that I decided to have like a little bit of small installment, that most of the time I'm too lazy for, but it just makes a huge difference in my life. So okay, back to the format of this episode. There's gonna be a little bit of vlog, and this episode I will talk about 3 whips, 3 works in progress, and the first one will be my Marius sweater that you have seen like a million times before. And then there is a new cast on, which is a pair of socks for my dad, and a hat as well. And there's actually another finished object that I haven't shown you guys, but was actually a finished object already in the last episode. So I'm going to show you guys in this episode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the clips of the vlogs where I talked about those projects, or those whips as I worked on them. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to round it up and to show you what these projects actually look like now, except for the Marius sweater, because I don't have the Marius sweater with me. It's like quite heavy and chunky now, so I don't want to bring it home here. This is my family home. This is where you usually see me. I have my Marius sweater at my boyfriend's place, so that one will be in the vlog format video. First of all, let me get back to the sweater. Again, it is Fibre Co Cumbria in Buttermere, which is, the Fibre Co Cumbria is my favorite yarn in the world. Recently I saw in the Charm of It video, Ava was reviewing a yarn from Fibre Co. I believe she was reviewing Canopy, or I don't remember which one she was reviewing, but she doesn't like it that much. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to try other yarn from the Fibre Co, mainly because they are quite expensive, to be honest. But I have bought this yarn when it was doing sales. It was on sale on Daramores, where I usually buy all of my wool, Daramores or Wool Warehouse. And it was doing 30% off, I believe. So I was like, yes. And among all the Fibre Co, one thing I really like about the Fibre Co yarn is it's not like merino, 100% merino is 100% wool, you know, boring yarn. I mean, they're still really good, but sometimes it's a little bit boring. But the Fibre Co, they do all sort of different interesting blends, like Road to China. It has maybe camel in there and silk in there, you know, the Silk Road. This one has wool and masam and mohair. And these three things are, firstly, I haven't tried masam before this, and mohair as well, but I heard a lot of good things about it, and I know masam is kind of like rusticy wool. It's usually a blue-faced Leicester and a Wensleydale cross, like a shorter hair bred sheep breed and a long luster wool sheep breed combined together. You know, like to just marry the good qualities, good characteristics of both like shorter hair yarn and the long luster hair yarn. So I'm really interested in trying this out, and I love it. I love it, and I bought some more when Daramore was doing sale again. And also I have actually made a table, believe it or not, to compare different yarn in the Fibre Co, and the price and the yardage that you get, the weight and everything. Cumbria is the best value. So I would say if you are, you know, if you have deep pockets, you can try all of them. But if you just want to try some really good yarn, but you know, just listen to me, try Cumbria. It is rustic yet very drapey, and I don't find it itchy. You know, when you're sweating and wearing it, you may find it itchy, but it's more like all of the wool, you know, but it's not itchy for me. It has really, really beautiful, what do you call it? Stitch, definition. And, yeah. I actually just wanted to show you the sweater. I didn't mean to rave again, all over again, the Fibre Co Cumbrian, but I wasn't paid to do this, but I just love this yarn so freaking much. So another thing I like to say is later on in the vlog section, you'll see Marius Sweater, and I have done some beautiful bind off for the neckline, and which is different from the neckline of this. This is actually my second ever sweater that I've ever knit in my life, and I can just see the improvement and how small things sometimes just make, you know, the finishing just makes so much difference. Here, say for example, you can see the chain stitch. It's not the tidiest. I mean, it's not the tidiest, but it's not bad, you know. It's a little bit like, how do you say, it's not flat. It's not flat, it's like zigzaggy. It goes with the ribbing. Can you see? Okay. And it's very, very stretchy. This, I think, is the Jenny Super Stretchy Bind Off. And I use the same bind off for here, like the sleeves, and also the bottom of the sweater. But the bottom of the sweater curls, you know, it's not like a crazy zigzaggy still. And you will see, if I pull it straight, you will see like a chain stitch looking normal bind off. And you will see later on in my Marius sweater, it's a different bind off and it doesn't look the same. Ava from The Charm of It will totally rip this out, you know, go back to her old projects and improve the finishing. She has the strongest brain power in the knitters I've ever seen, or even non-knitters. Like, her brain power is like, just go to her latest, you know, recent videos and look at this sweater that she knit, like with tubes of, I don't know, it's, when I look at the sweater, I don't remember the name, but I'm going to type it here. When I look at the sweater, my brain cells just literally die. I can't even figure out how she did it. It's just a lot of thinking, but so beautiful. If I have brain power like hers, I'll definitely do it too, but I don't. I don't even want to go back and rip it, and I'll just say, well, it shows improvement. It's like, you know, you show stages of improvement from the first project to your most recent project. I'm definitely going to keep the Jenny Stretchy bind off, and I think they look pretty too, just not as professional as, you know, say for example tubular cast off or bind off. Yeah, this one goes here. I'm having Tea-Pix Superfruit, and it tastes just, I don't know what's in there. It tastes very berry-like. It's just superfruit, and what does it have in there? Hibiscus, yes, I do taste the sourness. Elderberries, blackcurrants, currants, natural flavorings, cranberries, and blueberries made in factory that handles nut. Usually when I see natural flavorings, I'm like, I want something without natural flavorings. I don't care if it's bland, I don't care, but most of the tea bags that is like fusion tea bags that's on sale are with natural flavorings. I do know yogi tea don't do natural flavorings. Medicinals something don't do natural flavoring. Yeah. And I am looking at a candle I'm litting. Can you say I'm litting a candle? Litting? Well, anyway, there is a candle there, and I'm looking at them because it just makes the room feel so cozy. Can you tell I'm all about the cozy mood today? It's autumn, not even winter yet in Hong Kong. And I'm not sure if I've shown you this mug before. It is a mug that my friend gifted me. It is a mug from Marimekko, and she was in Finland, and she asked me if I wanted something from Marimekko because she knows I'm a fan of, you know, Marimekko, mainly their tableware and Itala, but she didn't go to Itala factory, and she asked me, you know, to choose something and she will bring home, and I choose this one. I was like, is that too heavy? No, she's not. No, I'm buying way more than this. So I really like this. Oh, so beautiful and so classic. So, vanilla and cranberry candle. I'm so excited that it's finally time for us to lit our candles. Oops. And this is not beeswax. This is not even soy candle. It's just petroleum candle, and it says it's up to 90 hours. So it's 90 hours worth of petroleum that we're gonna inhale. But it's okay because it's gonna smell like vanilla and cranberry. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. Oh my god. I don't know why they are so unstable. Look at a little bit of the dark suit there. No good, no good. And the flame, it doesn't look calm or peaceful. Well, okay. It has settled down. No. No, what are you trying to do? Okay. Let's do this like really cozy lighting. It is a candle that is made of the kind of like petroleum wax. I don't remember what it's called. Paraffin, I think. I used to burn candle, but I didn't care about what it is, and I only cared that it smelled nice. But now that I learn more about wax and I know how bad it is, I just can't bring myself to really burn it for a long time, no matter how good it smells. And I keep seeing a little bit of dark black smoke coming out from the candle. It's like soot, and it is, you know, the evidence that you're burning carbon, petroleum. Once you notice that, you will always see it, and when you see it, you just don't feel the coziness anymore. So I'm definitely going to want to buy more, you know, like candles that are made with either soy wax, or better yet, beeswax. And I really like to burn tea light candle as well. Do you call it tea light candle? Tea light? I think it's called tea light candle. And I like to put like those tea light candle, like the small ones, in a metal pan in something like this. This is my can you see? This is my Itala votive candle holder, and it is a collaboration between Itala and Marimekko. I'm not sure if you can see here. And it is called kivi, which means gemstone in Finnish. Very, very heavy, very, very beautiful. When the light comes out of this, it's just really beautiful. I have 3 of these, 2 in this color and 1 is in blue. I'm recently wanting to buy more because that's how much I love it. And it doesn't have usually Itala candle or whatever product they usually have one, you know, sticker here, like an eye here, but I don't have it here because this is like a discounted product that I bought from their factory, and it's like a second grade kind of product, so it's cheaper and it doesn't come with the eye sticker, but I'm fine. It's a little bit pretentious, you know, like I see people using Itala wine glasses and they keep the eye there just to make sure people know it's the real thing, it's the top quality thing. I mean, it's there for a reason, it's there to tell the difference. Of course, you want people to know, but at the same time, it's so tacky. It's like, you know, those kids wearing snapback, or, you know, those hats, baseball hats with a very big flap here, and you flap it up and there's this like shiny laser circle, like silvery sticker here to tell you, hey, this is a real thing. I paid a lot of money for this hat. That is so tacky, and that, you know, the eye sticker feels the same to me, but if I do buy like the top grade one, I'll definitely keep the eye as well. I have another, you know, some Itala products that I definitely keep the eye on. I might actually consider, you know, making like beeswax tea light candle myself, so that it's like beautiful and at the same time healthy, environmental friendly, and I don't feel bad about anything, you know, inhaling soot or whatever. Yeah, so that's enough talking about non-knitting stuff, and I'm going to show you the vlogs, and I'm going to talk about all sort of different things. Hi everybody, this is Monday, and I'll again put the timestamp because I don't actually remember the date for today. So I have uploaded yesterday or 2 days ago like a vlog type episode, like episode 15, and it seems like you guys actually enjoy it, surprisingly. So I'm thinking about doing it again this time. I don't know, let's see whether you guys really like it. So day 1, and I have cast on something, And this is it. This is the yarn. Oh my god, this is like the worst light condition ever. I should do it in the morning. Well, anyway, you'll see this more in the future. Like, this is what I have cast on, and the yarn looks like this. This is a mess because I literally just throw this thing in my bag without project bag or whatever. So, yeah. It has a bit of yellow, like golden yellow, and some oxblood and dark, like navy, I think. I can't really tell because I can't tell. My eyes can't even tell because the room is so yellowy. So let me show you the ball band. This is the ball band. It is, I'm not sure if it's inverted, because if it's inverted, this kind of looks a little bit weird. It's Lana Grossa, and it says Bali here, and I believe Bali is the, what do you call it, colorway, and this is how it's supposed to look like. It has 80% wool and 20% polyamide. So, forgot to say, this is actually a gift. I need to touch my face to focus. At least it does those things. So, this is a gift from Valerie, and she has the shop called Giant's Fiber Arts. I've mentioned that shop for several times here. It is a shop selling sock blanks, like the most beautiful sock blanks in the world. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm not like a connoisseur of sock blanks, but I've seen many being sold, and hers is just really beautiful, and she shares, you know, her process and, you know, the stages of her making the sock blanks. It's just a lot to do, and, you know, it's just really beautiful. So, yeah, basically she was de-stashing her sock yarns. And she sent some, like, you know, sent some pictures to me and asked me what I want, and I would just pay for the shipping. So I got 2 skeins of sock yarn, and this is one of them. I'm going to show you the other one when I knit with them. And this pair of socks is going to be for my dad. I'll cast one on with on this needle, and then cast another one on my Eddie needle that I like, and then I'll move this to the Eddie needle to do knitting 2 at a time. I have another 2.5 millimeter needle, which is Haya, but it's with my friend right now, so I probably should buy another 2.5 millimeter, and I'm thinking Knit Pro Symphony, but I'm not sure if I will like it. But, you know, like thin wood needle, I'm not sure, but kind of want to try it out. It's actually, the Symphony, surprisingly, I'm not sure if it's surprising to you, it is more expensive than Haya. It's kind of surprising for me because Haya is supposed to be like one of the best, you know, because of how pointy it is. I don't know. Anyway, really want to try. And I don't remember how much stitches I cast on. I used Judy Magic's cast on. I don't want to. And I don't know, maybe I should just count, you know, like how many stitches there are. I think I cast it on 24 or 20 or 20. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. I looked online sometimes because I don't remember how many stitches I should be casting on, and I think Arne and Carlos, they, you know, they have this recipe and they cast on, I think, 4 stitches on each needle, and they use double pointed needles, so it's like 16 stitches to start with. And I tried 16 stitches, it's just crazy. Like 16 stitches is super narrow, and I don't want the super pointy socks because they always look like a clown shoes, and nobody around me kind of, you know, appreciate that kind of aesthetics. So yeah, I'd rather knit like a blunter toe part with less decreasing. So yeah, that's the only thing I've cast on. And if you can hear water, it's my boyfriend showering, and I basically asked him to take a shower because I want to do a little bit of podcasting, and now he's coming out. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. So as promised, I'm going to show you guys the sock I was knitting yesterday. It still looks slightly different from what I actually see with my eyes. So this is like some golden yellow and yeah, maroon and navy mainly. So pretty preppy color, might I say. And I've done with increasing. It's now 72 stitches. I'm not sure if I'm going to do like 76. Oh, this is like the park. Is it the park? It's like a plaza, and sometimes I can look up and look at the news and stuff. So I have cast on another sock. Let's try to focus. Okay. So I think this yarn is really fun. Can you see like there's a little bit of red with the blue? I'm sorry, I will have to put it on my nylon. Anyway, I'm going to finish increasing this one and then put the other one, like this one, into this one so that I can do 2 at a time. So I'm going to do a little bit more knitting and then I'm going back to the office. I'm totally loving this color. Can you see in the sun? Oh my god. Oh, it's like barley oat color with some golden and rust, I'd say. So beautiful. And the same for this part. I'm not sure if it shows, you know, well, I said it yesterday. Oh my god, the sun. It can be a friend sometimes, but sometimes it's not. So blue and a little bit of redness there. So pretty. Alright, I'm finally going to rip this out, like the ribbing part. And I knit the ribbing part using Haya. I'm not sure if you can see. It's, ooh, it's 4mm. I was so excited. Okay. And then I'm now using, this is Eddie. It says 3.5mm and 80cm. Made in Germany. I don't know, it's actually slightly inconvenient to have the number on the cord. But one thing that is good is it doesn't rub off. I don't think it ever rubs off. 4cm to 3.5, and hopefully it will make the ribbing slightly smaller. So I can't wait to actually finish this part because what is left is just loads of stockinette.
Slept in, I feel much better. And also because it is like cloudy and could potentially rain, I don't think that we'll have problems from the apartment complex. YouTube, or if you're on my blog, it'll be just down below. I have social media that you can go and follow me on. There is Instagram, Twitter, Rav.
So this is a pair of socks I'm going to knit for my dad, and just look at how different they are. We're starting to have a little bit of, you know, like, try to focus a little bit first on the color. So we're definitely trying to have a little bit of navy and very dark maroon here, which is what we have here. Oh my god, it's gonna be such a long repeat. So it's gonna be like at least like a huge chunk of navy with deep maroon, and then after that I don't know what will happen. Maybe a little bit of this, I don't know, but I'm totally loving how different they're looking. Actually, I really don't care how different or similar socks look like. Moving here, we have 2 skeins of yarn that I bought from Emma Rose yarns. Something to say about these two yarns. Maybe I should bring them here for better light. So, I talked about yarn diet before. I'm not sure if I did use the word yarn diet, but I did talk about not wanting to buy more yarn without knowing what I'm going to use them for. I want to definitely try to use up some of the yarn in my stash first. But, and actually, part of the effort that I made was that I kind of unsubscribe or unfollow some yarn dyer. I know this is so controversial, but I just really want to try not to allow myself to be, seduced all the time, 24 hours a day. But, sorry, even if I unsubscribe myself from, some yarn dyer, sometimes their post will just come up on, the random section on Instagram. So yeah, if you're a yarn dyer, definitely post more. That's actually a very good strategy even for those people who don't want to buy yarn. So, and I noticed that every single time I see this skein of yarn online without knowing who's posting it, without noticing it first, I always like it first, and it's like the most heartfelt like I've ever given. And one day, which is my birthday month, one day in my birthday month, I decided I'm going to buy it. I think Emma Rose Yarns was probably doing a slight discount at that time. So this is thick twist fingering, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and the colorway is called, okay, I'm not sure if it's written here, but I know what it is. It's called Virus. Because every time I see that beautiful skein of yarn, I make sure I check out like the color of the, the colorway. So this is it. To be honest though, to be very, very honest, this is slightly different from what I expect. Slightly different from the pictures. I expected it to be much more pink. I don't know, under the light here, it's actually quite pink, but if it's like under brighter light, it's, I don't know, like, the yellow bit is quite dominant and different from the pictures I saw online. Not saying she's trying to, deceive us or misrepresent her yarn. I'm just saying, yarns look so different under different light, and that's what you really get when you're buying usually indie dyed yarn, actually. And what I am a little bit disappointed about is this yellow. I mean, I'm fine with yellow. I love yellow. But this yellow is like much of a neon yellow. So I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan. So that's it. And the other one I bought because of the shipping cost. Sometimes I want to make sure I don't buy just one skein of yarn. If I see anything else that I like, I'll definitely want to buy to kind of, make it feel like it's more worth it, because of the shipping cost. And this is what I bought, and it's a classic DK, 75% superwash merino or 25% nylon, so it's like 5% more nylon in this, and it says, I don't remember the colorway of this one. I think it's like cool water or something else. But when I see this, I just feel like it's a koi fish, swimming in the water. So, ooh la la, this is beautiful. Okay, so one thing that I'm not so sure is this is a fingering weight yarn and this is a DK weight yarn. And when you look closely, to be honest, I really do think they are both fingering weight yarn. I mean, I feel like the twist is a little bit higher here, but I don't know. Is it a mislabeling or it's actually DK weight yarn? in the world of indie dyed yarn. I'm not sure. But such a beautiful color, you know. I mean, this is not what I expected. I'm not the biggest fan of neon yellow or neon anything for that matter. It's still a very, very beautiful color. And I'm not sure, but there is actually a very similar colorway, which is called Salty Dog, I believe. And I think that is truly a more pinky version, I think. I'm not sure. So this is the other thing I have bought. And that's it. Let me show you something else that I bought. Okay. Ooh la la. This is a cat eating a pizza. Ooh, love it because my boyfriend loves eating pizza. And the next one is still in this. I haven't removed it and I really like it. It's a T-Rex representing LGBT community eating the Trump Tower. So it's pretty self-explanatory, I don't know. And this I bought from Plesiosaur. I've never pronounced this in my life. This is the first time. Hi, morning everybody, and today is Sunday and I'm going to meet my boyfriend and then we'll go to hike. And I can't even begin to tell you how I am not excited about this. To be honest, this is actually very unpopular opinion, but I really hate the sun. So, yeah. Talk to you later. I don't know, I've been dragging and it was so difficult for me to just get ready for this. But I have read this book called The Happiness Project, and it says even if you're not happy, if you're feeling tired or whatever, you act like you're happy, you act like you're excited, and that will actually change your mood, and that's what I'm going to try. Buffalo poop. Human poop. Not sure if you can see, but now we're at Lantau Country Parks. We're going to Sunset Peak, and it's the third highest peak in Hong Kong. We're pretty high up now. Do you reckon?
Want to take one of me?
Hello. I look like a mess now.
但呢個都算第一㗎嘛，係嘛？我記得呢個算第一㗎。
第一啊，第一啊，係咯。
即係最尾總之係14下邊咯。不過我係14，注意上唔好記得咁樣啊，記得咁。
3 to 5 minutes. So presumably, just taste the broth. Just try. Just try this.
Today it's Wednesday. What's the date? It's 8th of November and I am knitting something. It's now currently 9 something at night. My boyfriend is with his company, with his office, having curry, and sadly I wasn't invited, so I will be happily knitting away at home. I really like it. Good morning. Good morning. It's Thursday, 16th of November, and I have a little bit of time talking to you before I go out to work. And I'm pretty sure this is a service apartment, so I'm pretty sure somebody's going to knock on the door. Ding dong, room service soon. I'll just tell her later. Anyway, so I am still working on my sweater, but it has grown. Can you see? First of all, I really want to talk about the neckline. It's so professionally done. Am I tooting my own horn? I am. What I do is I use this, it's not 3-needle bind-off, is it? It's not. It is called tubular bind-off, but the bind-off version, I'm not sure if there are many types of tubular bind-off. Please let me know. But the tubular bind-off that I use was, I need to cut the yarn. Say for example, if I'm going to do bind-off now at the bottom and do the tubular bind-off, I need to cut the yarn that is 3 to 4 times the length of the circumference, which is quite long, and then I'll need to thread a needle, a darning needle, and follow the steps. The steps look quite daunting when you watch, video tutorial for the first time, but just find a good one, find one that clicks, and watch it several times, and it becomes really memorable very easily. So I like that, but it took me, I don't know, at least an hour to just do the binder for this neckline, probably because it was late at night, the light condition wasn't the best, and was tired or whatever, so I was doing it quite slowly. No reason to rush as well, because I want to have beautiful finishing. But think about it, like 1 to 2 hours here, let's say 1.5 hours for this. What about this? I don't think I'm going to do tubular binder for this part. I'm just going to do the most regular whatever bind off. I probably will do the Jenny surprisingly stretchy bind off, which I think is a method where you do yarn over in between 2 knit stitches or 2 purl stitches or 1 knit and another purl stitches. You know, you use the yarn over to buy you more length where it can stretch out. This is the first time I do this tubular bind off, and I'm so happy because it goes so well with, I'm pretty sure you can't see this because it is navy and so dark, but oh, can you see it? It's it doesn't have the chain stitch here either. It just rolled off from this like bumps to the ribbing. And this is a tubular cast on. I enjoy doing tubular cast on so much. I learned this from Very Pink Knits. I use her, is it? Actually, it's too long time ago. I don't remember which method I used. Whether I used the version with, you know, you use the needle cord to help you to do tubular cast on, or the one you use crochet hook to help you to do the cast on. I don't remember which one I used. And as you can see, I still have, you know, when you look at it, I do still have quite a bit to go, but because it has a really low armhole line. Can I show you? Like this. It's actually pretty long already if I want it to be croppish. Like, it's time for me to do the ribbing, right? But everybody's like, no, make it longer, make it longer. Maybe because when I do this, it will go like this. Don't know. Should I make it longer? And ooh, I just bought these from Daiso and I am loving it. They're so helpful. I really hope to finish this Marius Sweater ASAP, and I don't want to bore you guys. I hope that this will be the last episode you will see it as a whip. Next episode, I will wear it. I will wear it. I mean, I will finish it, I will bind off, and then I will graft this like underarm bits together. To be honest, I don't want to do it. I don't like grafting. But recently, Ava, I always pronounce her name wrong, like Eva. I think she's Ava. I don't like grafting, but recently Ava has made some tutorial videos about grafting, so I will consult her videos. Okay, so very, very quickly, I'm going to show you how the head actually looks like now. I mean, did I say hat? I mean the socks. This is the socks that I knit from my dad, and this is how they look like now. Okay. I really, really love this 2 color. These 2 colors are my favorite repeat, and I want a ball of yarn entirely in this color and a ball of yarn entirely in this color, especially this one. This one is so pretty. It's so pretty. In real life, especially when you're in a darker place, it's just like, you know, a little bit of rusty color and a little bit of gold. It's just very autumny, and I love it so much. And I have a stitch marker here, and this is not a progress keeper. I'm using it to actually keep a stitch that has gone astray, so that when I'm done with the socks, I will come back and, you know, do duplicated stitch and lock this in and duplicated stitch. You know, basically, I dropped a stitch. Wait, I dropped a stitch, and I didn't even bother to increase that back in throughout the whole sock. So this sock's like the whole part is actually 1 stitch smaller than this. Wow, really. This is what I do anyway. Like recently, for some reason, because I guess I'm just trying to knit without looking at it, I just drop a stitch. Like for every single pair of socks, there will be 1 drop stitch that I discovered only afterwards, like when it was too late. So it's okay, not a big deal. And then I am going to show you my hat. I actually put it in here. This is a Haagen-Dazs box when it was Mid-Autumn Festival or Mooncake Festival. Haagen-Dazs released some ice cream mooncakes, and this is where they put it in, and it's so beautiful, so beautiful. I don't want to throw this out, but you know, like it has the bunny here, the moon here, because in Chinese mythology there's a bunny on the moon. Because back in the days, the ancient people, when they looked at the moon long enough because they didn't have anything else to do, they saw something looking like a bunny on the moon. But basically those are like the shadow on the moon. This is what's in there. First of all, this is another bubble head I'm knitting, and I actually wanted to stay up late yesterday to finish it, and before recording this podcast I wanted to just finish it because I'm now doing the decreasing. I could quickly finish it, but the quicker you want to do something, the more likely you're going to make mistakes. So turn out, the quicker you want to do something, the slower you will do it. If you are knitting the Baa-Ble hat for the first time, I would like to draw your attention to row number 27, because row number 27 is a little bit tricky. Not tricky, but you know, sly. You would think I'm going to say the repeat of the number of repeats, but if you don't have the pattern, it won't mean anything to you. But supposedly I thought I have to knit like 1 white, 3 blue, 1 white, 2 blue, 1 white, 3 blue, 1 white, 2 blue. So it's like 1 3 1 2 1 3 1 2. I thought that was a repeat, and because of that, when I did the decreasing afterwards, I actually did decrease across a white stitch and a blue stitch. First of all, I love this pattern, and this pattern is perfect, it's logical, it's just really well designed. It looks like a very simple design, but it's really good. Like, it's easy to follow, and you always, you know, the last row that you knit always serve as a guide to show you how you knit the next row, so it's not easy to make mistakes. It's just really sensible as well, you know. But so when you are doing the decreasing, when you're following the pattern to do the decreasing, you're not meant to decrease, you know, like knit 1 white and 1 blue. I'm doing blue and white, whatever color you're using. Like, you're not meant to decrease by knitting 1 white and 1 blue together, because the white is actually the snowflakes and it's supposed to just look straight all the time. But if you do decreasing with a white and a blue, it will look very, very obvious and just not good. And what I did was, because the 27th row is actually supposed to be 1 white, 2 blue, 1 white, 3 blue, and then 1 white, 3 blue. So it's 1 2 1 3 1 3, then 1 2 1 3 1 3. But I didn't notice the third repeat. I just did 1 2 1 3 1 2 1 3 1 2 1 3. So what happened in the next row is, when I did decreasing, there was instances where I had to decrease like the white and the blue together, which is wrong. So I can show you here. This is the stitch where I decrease like 1 white and 1 blue together, and I knit 2 together. I'm going to rip this back later. And the white is visibly slanted. Not only is it slanted, it will also look bigger. It's like a bigger snowflakes. It's just poor workmanship if you knit it that way. And And the design of the hat actually avoids those questions if you do it properly. So I definitely will read back. So pay attention to row 27, people. Write it down. Pay attention to row 27. This is not the first time I knit it, not my second time. Not sure why I still make the mistake. Did I say it's not my second time? Yeah, because this is my second hat that I knit and that I haven't woven in any ends. And this is supposedly for my boyfriend. Actually, I can call it a whip because it's a hat, you know, it's done. But it's also I mean, I can call it an FO, but at the same time, the recipient, the intended recipient, aka my boyfriend, he wanted to have pom-pom. So strictly speaking, this is not done. And my neighbor would like to have pom-pom as well, so it will take some time for me before I can actually call it an official FO. And they are, I think, using the same kind of gray, but different blue. Like this one is more like tealy, and this is definitely like a navy midnight blue kind of blue. Boring, but this is what they want. I can't force any funky things to them, and blue sky makes sense to me. And yeah, can you tell how much I like this? And something about pom-pom, you know, I showed you my Lilu hat last episode, which is designed by, oh, did I say this Baa-Ble hat is designed by Donna Smith, and it's available on Ravelry. So last episode I showed you the Lilu hat that I finished, but again, it's not entirely finished because I haven't put in my pom-pom yet. And I realized, I always say like, yeah, I'm going to have like a party and make like pom-pom, but actually I'm not really looking forward to it because I was like thinking to myself, Celine, I thought you would love the idea of making pom-pom, but why aren't you doing it yet? And sometimes when I'm, you know, dragging things and procrastinating things, I ask myself like, do you really want to do it? Like, is there any reason for the procrastination? Are you fearing something? Are you trying to avoid something? And for pom-pom, I think I'm avoiding failure definitely, because pom-pom making will require cutting off your yarn, will require scissors, and it's kind of irreversible when you think about it. Like, I'm fine with knitting because knitting is completely reversible. You can tink things back, you can just rip it out. You know, sometimes you can't if it's like a really, you know, feltable yarn. I think it's called fulling, you know, the felting of yarn, but not exactly felting, like just yarn coming together. It's called fulling, I think. But most of the time knitting is just really reversible. That's why I feel very comfortable with it. But when it's something that is irreversible, the insecure part of me just comes back, because I am not born to be crafty. I'm quite bad at these things actually. When I was in secondary school, we had needlework class, we had home economics, but you know, needlework class, I struggled real hard. I usually ask my mom to do my homework for me, and whenever I do it myself, I got the C. When she does it, when she did it, I got A. Even when I was in secondary school or primary school, I was good at drawing, but whenever I needed to make a model or a sculpture, anything 3D with my hands, they just turn out really bad. I'm just not good at making things that's irreversible, or I don't know, I'm not sure if the irreversibility is the main thing, but I am not confident that I can make a good pom-pom. It's going to look funky, it's going to be too big or too small. I'm not prepared for that kind of failure. I'm not sure. I will need somebody to do it with me, you know. I will need to, you know, show my friend or my boyfriend the video and be like, oh, maybe you want to do it with me? You know, I need some support, or like people to help me to, you know, mend the problem if I screw things up. So I don't know, but one day I will put the pom-pom on the head because I do love pom-poms. I do love the look of pom-poms. I just not sure if I can do it properly. Alright, so I don't really want to put this to the end of the episode, but it only makes sense. And I'm going to show you these things. This has been here for a long time, and it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful project bag that I bought from this Etsy seller. She's called Roseabylily, and it's a drawstring bag, and it's kind of huge. I'm not sure if you can fit a sweater in there. Like, I could try when I go to my boyfriend's place, and if it works I'll tell you, but you can definitely fit maybe even like 2 shawls in there, you know. It's very spacious in there. So this is the first project bag I've ever bought, because before this I don't want to spend money on project bag usually. You know, I put things in these kind of pouch, like makeup pouch that I already have at home, or tote bags that I got for free or just really cheap, or just something that I have already. But one day I was on Instagram, I saw this. It was so beautiful. I knew I had to have it. And the seller was doing free international shipping, and she's shipping from New Zealand. I love international free shipping, or free international shipping. I love it. So I know, shipping can be really expensive sometimes, and it adds a lot to what it already is usually. So I don't really buy things if the international shipping is too expensive. So anyway, it's really beautiful. It was doing free international shipping, and it is still doing it. So go to Roseabylily. It's so beautiful. Let me tell you, it is very, very sturdy. It's on like a heavier side actually. It feels very, very substantial. Can you see like how, it's definitely, one layer out here and another layer of a little bit of like chevron or basket weave kind of look in the inside. Very sturdy fabric, and this one is some like woven fabric as well, and just very, very sturdy. Inside there's another layer of things in there. I don't know how to sew things. I don't know the terminology, but I know this is a good quality bag. This part is separated from the bag. Different fabric from the inside and also the outside fabric, and very sturdy drawstring. I'm going to use like sturdy forever and ever because that is what it is. So it comes in a very, very attractive and affordable price, and sturdy, free international shipping, plus it comes with a notion pouch in a matching fabric as well. And inside there is the label as well. And this one, the notion pouch, is very firmly padded as well. So nothing flimsy about this bag. It has a little bit of volume and definitely, slightly heavier. But it's just really good quality, and I can just say it's not flimsy at all. It's so worth the price, and it's not even super expensive. So I really, really love this bag. And do you know what's better? That is, we actually have one more bag from Roseabylily, handmade project bag for you guys, and it has been here all the time. So this is another bag from Roseabylily, and it has this really, pretty like leafy, like grape vineyard. What am I saying? Like grape leaves kind of look, and Again, you know, the inside fabric is the same with the one that I have, and just another very sturdy bag as well. And this is not all. Look at the details. Look at the details. At the bottom, I've actually posted this on my story on Instagram. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, I am basic.stitch.knitting on Instagram. Do follow me because I recently am not really regular in uploading the podcast. So, you know, but I do still kind of regularly update on the story, on my story, and also on Instagram regular post. So you can, you know, get a little bit of sneak peek of things. And this is how it looks. This actually is the same cloth as this one. You know, there's no, you know, this is like one piece of cloth fabric, and this is one piece of fabric with this. Just the attention to details. And it actually, the fabric has a little bit of, you know, like slopes like this. Is it called slopes? Can you see them? Okay, here. It's just really rustic, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, and of course, it comes with a Notion pouch. And different from the Notion pouch here, it's like a black zip. And it has a card in there. Roseabylily. And you can follow her on Instagram, Facebook. Yeah. So to enter the giveaway, you will need to go to my Instagram and to follow her, and also comment something down below. Focus. Okay. On the Instagram post. I'm sorry if you are not on Instagram. Do consider joining Instagram because it's a really good place for inspiration, and you get a lot of new information from there. If you're into like a knitting world, I get a lot of information. I only learn about this bag, this maker through Instagram. I only know about these yarns through Instagram. I only know about, you know, just everything through Instagram. I talk to people on Instagram, and it's a really good platform. A lot of beautiful pictures. Just, you know, get inspired by the colors and stuff. So if you don't have an Instagram account, do consider getting one. And I'm doing the giveaway on Instagram mainly because I want to support Roseabylily. The maker behind Roseabylily is called Monique, and she's really generous to give this, to donate this to the podcast so that I can share it with you. And I really want to make sure I do direct some of you to her Instagram. And, you know, she's doing free online free international shipping. I'm going to say that again because it's important, and you need to repeat important things. And just want to be able to support her. And so please go to my Instagram account, and there will be a post for your entrance, and there will be instructions as well. So hope to see you there, and good luck to you, everybody. And I think it's almost it, and I will see you guys soon again, hopefully. And if you like the format of this episode, please let me know. And if you don't like it, don't worry, just let me know. Like maybe you say, just tell me you prefer the regular ones because, you know, it's more continuous. It makes you feel more comfortable listening or watching it. I will totally understand it. Although so far this is what I could manage to do. But if I know that you don't really enjoy this format, I will try to get back to my normal episode format ASAP. I do value your insight. I do value your comments and opinions a lot. And thank you for watching again, and thank you for sticking with me despite my sporadic uploading, my radio silence sometimes, and just thank you very much. Thank you, and hope to see you guys soon. Bye bye.